So basically, this is what this mud flap is held on with. This weighs like, I don't know, 9 pounds. There's no way to hold this on with that. He lost all the hardware. I welded nuts in right here and they're gone. I don't know where they are. So I mean, these have to be way back or the tire hits them, so that's a problem. So this as well, nothing was tied up here at all. You can see this was scraping here. Nothing's holding this on. They didn't replace those clips. They didn't put these screws on. They didn't put those screws on. Here's a couple screws not holding anything as well. Another spot, no bolts were put in at all. Nothing's holding this in here anymore. All right, I still gotta spray these black, but here's what was on here before. That's bolted into the chassis. So that stuff, you can see how this doesn't move at all. These are replaced. Everything else is replaced with stainless washers like I had before. There's that one. All these. And this is all bolted back together. This was torn, so nothing to do. Can't fix that now. And then all tied up under there. So we shouldn't have any trouble. Okay, this is the driver's side now. There's the two puny screws in there. They got them into sheet metal, but I'm telling you they won't hold because this isn't far enough back and the wheel will hit it. So there's a whole bunch of them in there. That's not what was in there. You know, this is coming out. That doesn't belong in there. That's what belonged down there on both sides. There's nothing holding any of this. Nothing ever got put back, any of that. All these are just loose. You know, none of this is attached up in here. See my finger? So, gotta take all this apart and figure out how to put it back. Side, not sure. I mean, there's no way these plugs were like this. There's just no way. Driver's side. Okay, it's all back together. Basically the way it was. Here's everything. All the fasteners are in there now. Back together. These are all back together. Here. This is put back together. This was missing a bolt underneath there too. That was gone. So basically, I'm gonna check everything else. So, none of these were put back on. You can see that one's all the way across there. None of those are back on where they're supposed to be. This battery wire was never tightened. It was, you can see. Also had a hard time starting the truck, but I don't know if that's why. This was hanging down in the motor, way down there. So it was tied up here. So basically this project took me from 8:30 this morning till I think it's 5:30 right now, all day. The gas door push button that was missing was not there. I had no way to open the gas cap. I don't know where that went, but that disappeared. The other pictures you saw, the front fog light was basically falling out. I zip tied that in. Also, the exhaust is sitting right against the body, actually the muffler. I don't know why, but I noticed it right away. Not sure what to do about that. But when you put it in drive, it just starts banging on the floor. I don't know. I have to think about that one, but I don't know why that changed. I'm not really sure. The other thing is the airbag light is on. It's not in the codes. I cannot get it off. And don't know what to do about that either. So overall, I like the truck a lot. I like the protection down underneath, and everything was pretty much put back together, I'd say, pretty well, except for the front end and all that other stuff, which was a lot of wiring was out of its clips. Those big clips you saw underneath the fender well, they were on the plastic shield. They were ripped off and broke the clips. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about those. There just was a bunch of wire not tied up in the front end. Whatever was disconnected and taken out of the clips, it wasn't put back. The brake lines on the driver's side were out of the clips on that. That wasn't, fastened down. There were other wires out of clips on the frame rail. POR got all down the running boards. I can't really get that off. I tried. I'm thinking. So the whole interior is soaking wet, and it smelled when I got it. I'm trying to attempt to dry it out right now. I got fans in there, but it's soaking wet. So the mud flap thing, I fixed all that stuff. Fixed the fender liners. There was wiring and a fiberglass protective shield, like by the turbo up underneath, that goes, up to the bottom of, past the firewall, the transmission tunnel. That was all falling down, and I can't make the fiberglass stay there because I don't have the nuts to put back on those things you saw in the video. I don't know what nuts they are, what nuts to get. I'll have to search around for those.